All fear is past, and only love is here. All fear is past, and only love is here. All fear is past, because its source is gone, and all its thoughts are gone with it. All fear is past, and only love is here. All fear is past, and only love is here. Love remains the only present state, whose source is here forever and forever. All fear is past, only love is here. All fear is past, and only love is here. Father, let not your holy world escape my sight today, nor let my ears be deaf to all the hymns of gratitude the world is singing underneath the sounds of fear. There is a real world, which the present world holds safe from all past mistakes, and I would see only this world before my eyes today. All fear is past, and only love is here. All fear is past, and only love is here. All the world shines in reflection of its holy light. I perceive a world forgiven. Fear is past, and only love is here. I love how when you finish the noise of your song, you hear the birds singing, and they've been singing. They've always been singing. There's a great poem. I forget who it's by. I am late in my singing. It's a poem. It's about the birds. You wake up and you hear the birds, and the birds remind you, I am late in my singing. I could be waking up singing like the birds. Why am I not singing like the birds? Lesson 293. All fear is past and only love is here. Powerful statement. Paragraph 1. All fear is past because its source is gone and all its thoughts gone with it. Love remains the only present state whose source is here forever and forever. Can the world seem bright and clear and safe and welcoming with all my past mistakes oppressing it and showing me distorted forms of fear? Yet in the present love is obvious and its effects apparent. All the world shines in reflection of its holy light, and I perceive a world forgiven at last. Paragraph 2. Father, let not your holy world escape my sight today, nor let my ears be deaf to all the hymns of gratitude the world is singing underneath the sounds of fear. There is a real world which the present holds safe from all past mistakes, and I would see only this world before my eyes today. Okay. Invitation. It's ever an invitation to the Holy Spirit. It's ever an invitation to love. It's ever an invitation to the holy instant. It's ever an invitation to drop in to that place of all is well. There is no problem. Love is forever and forever. Love has never changed, and all I need to do is rest in love. That's all I need to do. Rest in love and know that it's all taken care of. Everything has already been taken care of. Right? So let's read it though. All fear is past and only love is here. Okay, Jesus has been talking about the past. In lesson 289, the past is over, it can touch me not. Let me forget my brother's past today. That was 288. He's coming back to the past and the present, right? The past is gone. The past is over. There is no past. In love, there is no past. Right? Love rules out everything. Right? There's a great line in the Course, which is that love does not conquer everything because love does not conquer. You know, there's that great saying, love conquers all. But Jesus in the Course says, no, love does not conquer because love does not conquer. But in love, there's nothing else. Love does not need to fight, actually, right? Love does not conquer because love does not need to conquer, because love is the only reality. Everything else is just a shadow, right? Everything else is just a dream. Everything else is just an illusion. But what is love? That's the question. You know, what is love? Well, what we can say is love is not fear, right? So as long as fear is present, love is not present, because fear and love cannot coexist. Fear and love cannot be present at the same time. And you might say, well, surely there are times when fear and love go together. And you could say the same thing, you know, a lot of people say, well, it's okay to be angry sometimes, right? And yeah, you know, sometimes anger might be something that is useful, but underlying the anger, there would still be love, right? There would not be anger. There would not be upset. There would not be fear. There would not be judgment, but there would be love. If anger is being expressed, there would still be that love behind it. So it's not really anger, you know, it's a way to try to be helpful by using anger, right? I hope this is making sense. Let me know. But in other words, anger is never justified. Don't try to justify anger. If you're angry, you're probably just upsetting yourself, and it's not really helping anything. You may think that maybe you're doing a good thing by venting your anger, but in reality, you're just reinforcing the ego. So, you know, it's your choice, but, you know, Jesus is trying to you know, make it simple. Put it simple, and he says, you know, there's really no compromise. There's no compromise. Anger is never justified. Fear is gone. Fear is over. Fear does not exist. Only love is real. So he says all fear is past because its source is gone and all its thoughts gone with it. Right? The source of fear, Jesus is now showing us, the source of fear is, it has no source. Ego is nothing. And because the ego is nothing, the tiny mad idea is nothing. It's a laughable idea on which this whole world is based. Fear does not exist either. Love remains the only present state, whose source is here forever and forever. Right? It's again the atonement principle. Jesus keeps coming back to the atonement principle, which is love has never changed. The love of God has never changed. God has never changed. These are all just ways of saying the same thing. Love has never changed. Love has never gone away. Love has always been, and still is, and will forever be. Can the world seem bright and clear and safe and welcoming with all my past mistakes oppressing it and showing me distorted forms of fear? Right, so we dwell on our past. We dwell on our past mistakes, and we dwell on our brother's past mistakes, and we judge our brother. And really, when we judge our brother, we're just judging ourselves. Because when we judge our brother, it means we have not forgiven ourselves. Right? Because anything our brother is doing is just something we do ourselves and we have done in a different form. It might not take the same form as what our brother's doing, but it's the same thing, more or less. So any judgment is really of other is a judgment of ourself. Because our brother is ourself. So we want to let go of the past. We want to let go of past mistakes. We want to correct our past mistakes, if possible. But we don't want to dwell on our past mistakes, and we don't want to feel guilty and ashamed and unworthy because of our past mistakes. We just want to say, hey, that's all in the past. Only the present is real. And that doesn't mean that we don't try to correct the past mistakes again, but it also doesn't mean that we feel guilty and ashamed and unworthy and all those other things because of those mistakes. And we also let everyone else go as well, because when we let other people go because of their mistakes, we really let ourselves go, and then things really start to open up for us. And we really start to learn what this course is saying. Yet in the present, love is obvious and its effects apparent. All the world shines in reflection of its holy light, and I perceive a world forgiven at last. Right? When we do not see our brother in the past anymore, we do not see ourselves in the past, we do not hold our brother to the past, and we do not hold ourselves to the past. And you may have noticed, like with your family is a great way to see this. Your family holds you to your past, right? Your family members will push your buttons, and they'll say, you did this in the past, you did that in the past, you've always been like this, you've never changed, and they hold you to that. And what does that do? That generally makes you want to fight them. Right, and hold them to their past, and it just never ends. It will never end until you change your mind, right? Until you change, you take the high road, right? And you take this course, right? And see me in the morning. take 2 tablets, right? The 2 tablets of the course. No, I'm kidding, but anyway, let's go on because I think my battery's going to die. Paragraph 2, Father, let not your holy world, not holy word, but holy world, escape my sight today. Nor let my ears be deaf to all the hymns of gratitude the world is singing underneath the sounds of fear. Right? This is just a hymn of thanksgiving, right? That's being the song of prayer. It's the music never stopped. Not one note in heaven's song was missed. The music has never stopped, right? The joyous concord that is resounding throughout eternity has never stopped. the love song between the Father and the Son, the song that the Son sings to the Father and the Father sings to the Son, that has never ended. It's still happening, right? There is a real world which the present world holds safe from all past mistakes. And I would see only this world before my eyes today. Right? I don't want to hold on to the grievances. I don't want to hold on to the pain and the suffering and the misery. I don't need to. Jesus is telling me, you're off the hook, baby. Only love is real, right? It's hard for us to accept that. That's the hardest thing to accept. That you don't have to do anything. Love, you're good. Love has got you, right? Just rest in love. Rest in the arms of love. There's nothing that you could do that could change love, and there's nothing that you could do that would offend love. Nothing possible that you could ever do. Love holds no grievances. Remember that great line in the Course. Love holds no grievances. I'm going to play this song before I lose the battery here. Love holds no grievances. Love holds no judgments. Love does not even see the problem, does not even see mistakes. The mistakes are not mistakes. We say in yoga, namaste, no mistake. There is no mistake, right? This is all divine unfolding. What looks like a mistake is not really a mistake in the grand scheme of things. When you look at things in the eyes of love, it's not a mistake. It's only just a way for us to return to love. That's all. That's all a mistake is bringing us closer to love. All fear is past, only love is here. All fear is past, only love is here. Love remains the only present state. The source is here forever and forever. All fear is past, and only love is here. All fear is past, only love is here. All the world shines in reflection of its holy light. And I perceive a world forgiven at last. And I perceive a world forgiven at last. And I perceive a world forgiven. I perceive a world forgiven. And I perceive a world forgiven at last. right. Thanks for tuning in. Only love.